Hello and welcome everybody to this special episode, so to speak, of Gaming in Ties, Hardspace Shipbreaker. Last time I streamed this, I made it through the big final battle. I mean the industrial action, and after that there were all the end credits, and there was a better world afterwards, and it was like, the Union has achieved great things for us. Art imitating life, I guess. I was like, okay, what is left to be done? I paid my due. I have my ship fully upgraded. I could just fly out and be happy. And I started a second game, and I played it all the way because I wanted to make sure, like, okay, what is really going to happen? I didn't want to set up an entire stream, and then it turns out that there is only like 10-15 minutes of content left. And what do you know? It is really just the end of it, with a few more nudges into the you get it. But yeah, completionist that I am, I thought I don't want to keep you guys from seeing the true ending after the big ending, basically the epilogue. So let me share with you the epilogue of Hardspace Shipbreaker. So I basically already gave a little bit of a reminder of what was to be expected back then, or what we got to see last time. Like the big ending. Hal got his due diligence, and he got demoted again to position somewhere in processing, where he looked all sad and grumpy and rah rah rah. Here's my good old workstation. All my posters I collected over the times. Hello there, workstation. Oh my, I have stickers. I have stickers I haven't even inspected yet. Is there some ending the game stickers? I guess so. I still do not know how I find the finished ones, or the upgrade. Yes, not a... Ooh. Place the sticker. Yes, place it. Not sure where. You missed this, right? You missed me placing stickers in weird places. Upgrade. Yes. Okay. The ghost ones, no? That's actually... What do you got? Did you get it? Eradicate all AIs from the... Still tempted to go a little bit more on the ghost missions at some point. Maybe with my other Let's Play. Maybe... Wait, no, what am I doing? Oh no, I don't even know what I just removed there. No, stop it. Out of there. I'm making things worse. But this is basically one of the few mysteries left. Getting all up to the highest rank, ranked 30, is still something theoretically left to do, but that is literally just grinding, so... Yay! So not really something that needs to be done on stream. Okay, I invested everything that I can. But yeah, there's also currently no ship that I have to finish off. I'm literally at the point where I could just fly out and be done with it. Except for ghost ships. Where are the good old ghost ships? I don't have a thing. Ah, there we go. I was about to say, I must have ghost ships, right? And I do have ghost ships. But no. What I want to do, what I'm here for right now, is this. Employ a terminal. I have paid off all my credit. I'm actually a multiple millionaire at this point. I still have the feeling that there must be some insane inflation going on, given that individual lamps, I mean, it's spaceship lamps, but still, that individual lamps cost like a couple $1,000. But even with an insane inflation, I'm still rich, I would say. I would still argue that even if it's just a hundredth of it. So I don't have 30 million, I only have 300,000 credits. Honestly, if you, I'm not sure if I could live an entire life from this point on. If you would give me 300,000, that I would be settled for life, but I could live comfortably, probably still do something on the sideline, and just enough to keep a little bit of money still coming in while not having to do a 9 to 5 anymore. So I dare to say that is, even in an extreme inflation, still a solid amount of money. But we are not here to oogle all the money that I have. We are here to take this money and leave. Are you sure you want to terminate your contract with links effective immediately? Yes.
Be advised, upon confirmation, employment termination is effective immediately.
I love the immediate part. I mean, keep in mind, I'm in fucking space in my provided workspace. So, yeah, that's the situation I'm in, alright. Employment termination agreement. Termination of employment with Lynx Corporation. By continuing, you, Shipbreaker, long number 52, henceforth referred to as employee, thank you for that, will confirm that your employment with Lynx Corporation, henceforth referred to as Lynx, is terminated, effective immediately. The agreement shall not in any way or be construed as an admission on the part of Lynx that it wrongfully or in any manner or fashion whatsoever, I haven't read it before, I intentionally did not read it, whatsoever violated any laws or obligation to the employee. Lynx specifically denies that it has violated on any law or obligation related to its employment of the employee and to the employee's separation from such employment. This is just a termination form. What kind of... Did a termination form not exist before that point? Was it literally impossible, and therefore when they wrote it for the first time they had to include this paragraph? Or did they add it after the entire thing because suddenly a lot more people were in general just asking for the form? Madness either way. Payment of remaining account balance. Employee may submit a written request to be paid the remaining account balance owed to them. Less required reductions up to and including the termination date. Requests may take 1 to 2 months of processing and are subject to review by Lynx Corporation accounting department. Okay, so of my 30 million, first of all, I will only see them in 2 months, which raises the question of, again, how was a regular termination supposed to work? I have an account, let's assume, before this entire revolution, I was working at Lynx, I worked there for 40 years, I managed to get my out of my $1 billion debts, and then I still have a little bit of money left. I have built up additional money, I worked another 20 years because longevity in the future, right? So intentionally to build up my pension, and then when I want to leave, first of all, I don't have access to my money, which is my money. It needs to be specifically requested. I mean, I was employed there. I should have access to my pay. And of course, yeah, any that first needs to be verified by accountant department, which will probably find a way to subtract some fees. There even in termination, there are still an absolute dystopian nightmare of a company. Everwork protection. Upon termination of your employment, your status within the Link's Everwork program will also be terminated. That actually makes sense. Your backup genetic data will be archived. Employers will not be granted copies of this data. Okay, now it gets dystopian again. You are encouraged to make arrangements for replacement health insurance or other protection, as Lynx cannot accept any liabilities in relation to personal injury, sickness, or cessation of vital function once your employment has been terminated. In other words, should my current cloned body be malfunctioning due to the Everwork program, Lynx will not take responsibility, and they recommend to have some kind of health plan. But keep in mind, the money to potentially start a health plan is still kept back for up to 1 to 2 months. Equipment. Aha! Immediately upon the signature of this agreement, the employee will return all Lynx property and information received in the course of employment with Lynx, including without limitation, tools, equipment, resources, supplies, documentation, decorative items. What? Even my decorative items, employee identification, access cards, and other such material, and shall retain no copies of any such property or information. Employee is responsible for ensuring all of the above properties be returned in good condition. Excuse me, my items of decoration? Fuck you! I collected those posters. Also, the tools I have bought by now. The tools are technically mine. I bought them with the Lynx tokens throughout the game, including without limitation. Liability. The employee waived and acknowledged full satisfaction of all claims against Lynx, including without limitation those claims concerning employees' employment contracts, and mutual termination thereof, both with respect to the procedure or the term of the mutual termination and the reasons for such mutual termination which employee may have, whether implied by law or pursued by or pursuant to the provision of the employee's employment agreement or any other documents. This is I guess relatively okay. Some lawyer look over this paragraph, but I dare to say that this paragraph is just a big nothing burger. It says nothing. May have rather implied. So basically, like, yeah, we are cool. Nobody's liable for anything. Which, I mean, given the previous one about that they don't take any responsibility for potential damages to my genetic material due to the Everwork program, I don't think there are much more liabilities to be had, honestly. Confidential information. That actually should have been signed in the beginning, which I probably did. As used in the agreement, confidential information means non-public information belonging to Lynx or any affiliated person or entity, together the affiliates, which is of value to any of the affiliates in the course of conduction its business, and its disclosure of which could result in a competitive or other disadvantage to any of the affiliates. Keep in mind, the affiliates are members of Lynx, not me. Any of the affiliates. The employee understands and agrees that employment with Lynx created a relationship of confidence and trust between the employee and the respective employee. Yeah, okay. Okay, that is normal. That is actually fair. I, in real life, have signed some document, some confidentiality document myself. The question is, of course, to which extent they would follow up on this kind of stuff. Document, records, etc. All document, records, data, apparatus, equipment, and other physical properties, whether or not pertaining to confidential information, which are or were furnished to the employee by any of the affiliates or were produced by the employee in connection with employment with Lynx, will be and remain the sole property of Lynx. Does this mean my ship records, documents and records? Okay. Confidential information. So the ship is still mine, but anything information furnished to the employee by the producer employee's connection. Okay. Employee will return to links all such materials and properties. The employee will not retain any such material and property of any copies thereof. Okay. Document records. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. This is kind of with the confidentiality from before. Independent legal counsel. You confirm that you have sought and obtained independent legal counsel with respect to the details of the previous provisions evidenced by this release. I assume the union did this for me. Understand the agreement. I hereby declare that I have read and fully understood this agreement. I hereby voluntarily accept the said terms as described above. I have read and accepted the terms outlined above. The big moment. Here we go.
Termination acknowledged. To finalize, insert your employee card into the card reader.
There goes the mark. What if I... Okay, I cannot go back anymore. It's a binding contract. Okay, insert the ID card. Okay. Hello ID card. Bye ID card. Hey, it's actually the one from the title screen. And... this looks like a very clean process. That is a reasonable way to go. Sure, I'm in a tiny habitat space.
Your employment has been terminated.
And you now
all
just
systems access and communication privileges are revoked.
Blab.
Please remove all personal belongings from the habitation module.
Wait, didn't it just say that I cannot take everything? But yeah, collect the bunny. Done. Are we sure I can't take any of my posters? Those are my posters. I collected them, fair and square. Wait, is the toilet closed? Is this a toilet? Yeah, more grub. Are there everything like, oh no. Collect the armadillo key, yes. Here's the thing, it says collect the suit. I mean, I bought the suit, but technically I also bought all the gear, so I'm not entirely sure why I can't take my gear with me, especially since I had plans with, what's her name, to actually join up with her and start a little bit of an independent endeavor, for which those tools would be really, really useful, just saying. But okay, apparently I can take the suit, or this is only the thing because, no, what I'm doing. Or this might be related to the fact that, it's needed for what's coming next. Because keep in mind, I'm still in space. So if I don't take my spacesuit, are you sure you want to leave? What if I say no now? There's literally nothing to do for me in the habitat. So yeah, I want to leave. I take it I always have taken those steps before. Or this is an alternate exit. And there's my little ship. What an excessive use of lights. And somebody put this in place there, just for my ship. Oh yeah, there she is, isn't she a beauty? I fixed her all up myself. Come on. We had a good run, didn't we? And now... it is time to move on. Play.
Cutter, if you're here,
Weaver!
it means you and Beulah are well on your way. Away from Morgan Station, away from Lynx.
Oh, I'm actually just flying over to one of the other buddies on their station for beer.
I'm sipping pina coladas surface side right now, watching the nephews splash in the waves. You know, when I first took up the foreman gig, I figured it was for the money. Then, it got so the money didn't matter.
Really?
Mattered most was doing right by all you kids coming up.
How are you paying your pina coladas
I was
now?
already starting to understand that the game's rigged. You know, Lou was right all along.
Yeah,
if I
she
could
kind of
go
was.
back and do right by her, I surely would.
Folks like her, who fight tooth and nail for the good of others, they keep the rest of this world honest. Without them, well, let's just say that honesty doesn't exactly occur in abundance naturally.
True story.
What you're embarking on right now is the dream.
Is it though? You don't even know where I'm going.
And you earned it with your own sweat and blood.
I could just do what you do.
You're heading into the great wide open.
I could just fly back to Earth and
From
sit
here
also
on
at the
out,
beach with pina
you got
colada.
no master but yourself.
And yet I left all my cutting gear behind.
Now, that doesn't mean it's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. There's as much bad as good out there.
Yeah, I assume so.
As much failure as opportunity.
Ah, where's
many
the optimism?
As friends.
Really? It's all equal? I'm a dick now. He's giving a
But I
nice
know.
speech.
Anyone can make it out there. It's you.
Again, oh, there's actually something.
I wish
Oh.
I could see what you do. What you make of yourself.
Oh, is this a gate? This is a gate,
Promise
isn't
me
it?
one thing. When you get to wherever it is you're going, you send me a postcard.
Okay, go
We've
flying
arrived.
in. I still see me. Okay, now I probably need to run some protocols. And boom! There we go. Out into the great unknown. I assume, technically not the great unknown, I would assume that the gate is pointing to another already cultivated, civilized area. But yeah, so some fun stuff that I wanted to say, tell before. So in my other Let's Play, or not, actually not Let's Play, that's my other play where I play, you knew. Also nice concept art on the right. There is one upcoming one that is absolutely gorgeous. It's from Hell, and you can see how it took them. The first one or two or three sketches of Hell looked actually like super nice and likable. And it's like, yeah, they did a fantastic job of making him into this even visually unappealing person. Because yeah, the original, if you take just the elements, like a little bit older dude, wears his hat and everything. This doesn't make him automatically unlikable. I mean, Weaver looks like this. Am I right? No? Weaver looks very similar if you just go by core features. But then they added the asymmetricalness to Hell's face and a little bit of those fallen-in cheeks, which I believe are a sign of alcoholism or something. So a guy who doesn't take care of himself. But no, what I actually wanted to tell is the story. Also, I just realized I'm fighting against loud music here. Let me turn it down a little bit. I don't have to scream too much. So, but in my other play, I did the thing, and during the industrial action, I actually did my job. As in, I didn't do the destruction to the ship. I actually properly took the ship apart, threw all the things in the correct containment units and whatnot. And for one, you have Weaver being all, oh, come on, Cutter. You understand what this is about. I know it hurts. But no. We're counting on you, Cutter. You will do the right thing. I know it's difficult. And at the same time, you have Hell being like, 52, I know you're a good guy. And then there's a fun thing. I correctly send goods in the value of millions into the right disassembly, into the furnace, into the processing and whatnot. I sent, but then in order to take ship properly apart, I need to burn to evaporate those connecting bars, which are only worth a few thousand or something. And whenever I destroyed a single one of those bars, Hell is like, you 252, how dare you? I had so much hope for you. You were my... And then the next moment I reach another goal in a positive way, and he's like, 52, I always knew you were the right one. Like, the game really counted on the player to do the industrial action in the intended way, as in sabotaging the profits. But despite counting on that, they acknowledged it. They acknowledged it all the way. You had Hell still being happy whenever you reached the goal, even though he was losing his shit over you burning the smallest piece of scrap. And Weaver always like, "I know, Cutter, it's not easy. I understand, Cutter. You have to do what you have to do, Cutter." And like super understanding to the point that after almost scoring perfectly on the industrial action, you know, where I'm supposed to actually break everything. After scoring almost perfectly, or as perfect as it can be done, then Cutter is like, "Arr!" Then the events unfold as they do in when I played it. Like, Hell loses his patience, he deactivates the controls, and Kaya is almost killing him, getting killed in this context, and Hell is like, oh my god. When everybody thinks that Kaya was dead for a moment, all this happens as well. So, independent of what you do, the events, the big events still happen, no surprise there. And after the credit, when Weaver, or after this thing, Weaver calls you and is like, "Oh, I understand out there, Cutter, you had to do what you had to do, but you did a great job either way." Where I'm like, I backstepped the efforts of my colleagues by letting them basically run. I came in and was like, I signaled them that I agree to the industrial action, and then I let them hanging. And basically, if the thing with Kai wouldn't have happened, all of them would have gone down with the Union, and I would have been the celebrated strikebreaker. So, but no, Weaver is still like, "I understand, it's not easy. You got to do what you got to do." And after that, it plays out exactly like when you actually side with your friend. And there he is. Look at the first two pictures of Hell. He looks nice. Even the third one is still nice. And then only in the last two they really nailed the hateable face, which obviously if a guy out there looks like this, I'm sorry for it, but it's not conventionally attractive. Yeah. Oh yeah. There are more art which they nailed a lot of it in the final product. Also here, the Link's workforce in revolt. This didn't actually happen in the game, so that was some bigger ideas they dropped at some point. But yeah. And I guess we are reaching the end of the credits. Oh, there it is. There we are. Oh, okay. Restoring Shipbreaker 52 from latest genetic backup. Proceed with replacing memory record with worker template 520. Here's the thing. This appears really, really messed up. As in, they let me go just to re-invoke a previous clone and just continue my work forever. Basically, spoilers, I guess, for the movie Moon, which is what I speculated earlier during my Let's Play at some point, that this turns out in the end that this is already what they are doing. That the original never joined, or the original is finally dead, and the clones just get to they just keep unfreezing new clones, and therefore we never, that even if we can leave, they just restore an earlier version. The funny thing is, this is not the case here, because this is just an in-game explanation. Because if I go back into the career, so the restored former version, this is just an in-narrative kind of approach like, hey, where we are doing, but if we go back in here, I still have my ship to fly away. So unless they provide every clone with an identical version of the escape ship, it's not as dark as it seems, and where I'm not sure if they implied it or not. But now, if you see, there's the ship. So yeah, we traveled back in time. It's not like that they let one clone go just to activate the next one and be like, hey, you still have a debt to fulfill. But it might be that they're actually hinting at it, which is beautifully messed up. But nevertheless, that was let's enjoy the view. That really and finally was Gaming in Ties, Hardspace, Shipbreaker. There's a little bit more to do, like reach level 30, go through, discover the entire story of the ghost ships, assuming that there is a story. And I hope I'm not missing out any fantastic developments, but I have the feeling that, I got at the very least, I got the campaign out of it. I can, in good conscience, if you have made it this far and you enjoyed the gameplay, as somebody who has played it now twice already, it holds up. This kind of like it often gets called dead game, or those working simulators, or whatever you want to call it. This one has still a very nice, satisfying feel to it. You come in, you have your 15-minute shifts, and you just systematically take a ship apart. And if this is something that tingles your fancy, this one keeps tingling your fancy. And you can just, even after not touching it for quite a while, you can just jump back in and play it again, which is very nice about it, which I cannot say about many of my favorite games, where it's always like, I played them for a couple of weeks non-stop, then I kind of got a bit of fatigue, played something else, and then when I tried to return to it, I was like, I don't remember the controls, where was I at, what was the next thing I wanted to do, you know what, I start over again. Darkest Dungeon is a bad example, because it to what I have learned, it had a very fucked up final level. The Darkest Dungeon is really just amping up the grind, because you can only send each hero in there once. So you need to recruit new heroes and level them all the way up to be able to get to the next stage of the Darkest Dungeon itself. But I never learned this for myself, because I probably started the game 4 or 5 times, but then I played it like 30, 50 hours within a short period of time, until I got fatigued. Then I stopped playing, and the next time I picked it up half a year later, I was like, let's start over again. I forgot how to do this. I forgot where I'm at, what my next plan was. Back to topic, Shipbreaker is different. Shipbreaker, I have the feeling you can always just jump back in and take another ship apart, just do 15 minutes. No deep commitment, in a good way, and if you need a challenge, there's a challenge mode. So with all of that, enough rambling. I had a fantastic time with this game. I will probably keep it as a casual game at hand. And for everyone else, have a good one. Bye.